Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Chauhan. I'm assistant professor in Suresh School of Pharmacy, which is a part of the Suresh University, that is in Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss about the carbonyl compound, that is your aldehydes and your ketones, and this comes in your pharmaceutical organic chemistry. First, that is in your B pharmacy second semester. So the learning objective of this topic is that here we are going to discuss or we will study about the other chemical reactions which are related to your aldehydes. And in the previous videos also you have seen that uh, that we have already studied about the chemical reactions and the method of preparation. These are some other chemical reactions today we are going to discuss, and the student outcome is that we will going to know about aldehydes are involving in some other important chemical reaction. That is your Cannizzaro reaction, aldol condensation, Benjoying, Perkin reaction, your mixed Cannizzaro reaction. So these reactions that are the very important. These are in your syllabus in your organic chemistry first syllabus. So these here today we are going to discuss about these reactions, this Cannizzaro reaction, this aldol condensation, benjoin, and the Perkin reaction. So let's start our topic. That is the other reactions. So the carbonyl groups are polar and its polarity increases acidity of hydrogen of alpha carbon and alpha carbon. These alpha hydrogens may lead to form etholates ions. These enolatic ions are good nucleophile and can attack on electrophiles like protons. The pK value of aldehyde is lower than that of ethane or acetylene, but it is comparable to those of alcohol. So alpha hydrogen of aldehydes are removable by strong bases. So in this, the other reactions, these are involving the carbonyl group, because the carbonyl group is a part of your or aldehyde. So these carbonyl group, as we know that these are very polar and their polarity increases. If their polarity increases, so this polarity of this carbonyl compound polarity increases the acidity of the carbon hydrogen that is present on the alpha hydrogen, and these alpha hydrogens they further leads to the formation of your etholates ions. So these are formed as a etholates ion, and these etholytic ions are good nucleophile. So these etholytic ions that are formed by this alpha hydrogen, these act as a good nucleophile, and these can be attacked. These can be attack on electrophile like protons. So these electrophiles can attack, and this nucleophile, the enolitic ions which are acting as a nucleophile, they can attack an electrophile that is your proton. So the pK value of the aldehydes. So the pK value of aldehyde is lower than that of ethane or acetylene because they are, but it is comparable to those of alcohol. But the pK value of the aldehyde is compared to the alcohol, comparable to that of the alcohol. So alpha hydrogen of aldehydes are removable by strong bases. So this alpha halogen is can be removed by the strong bases. So here you will see the alpha hydrogen. This is your alpha hydrogen. This is your carbonyl carbon. So on this left side, this carbon is attached, which is your alpha carbon, and the hydrogen that is attached to this alpha carbon is called as your alpha hydrogen. And when it is attacked by a base, then there is a formation of this ion, that etholate ion is formed, and this is your enolatic that this form. The enolate ion is ambient ion, where partial negative charge is located on both alpha carbon and oxygen, that is two different sides of one molecule are having a negative charge. So this nucleophile can attack electrophile at either both sides. So here you will see that this carbon is uh, this oxygen is having in a negative charge. This Negative charge is located on both alpha carbon and oxygen. So the alpha carbon and oxygen is having, both of them is having a negative charge, and this is the two sides of molecule which are having a negative charge, alpha carbon as well as the oxygen atom. So this nucleophile, so this is acting as a nucleophile, acting as a good nucleophile, and they can attack a electrophile. So they will attack the electrophile at either both sided. The electrophile, this can attack electrophile from both sides. From here also they can attack, from here also they can. So if electrophiles like alkyl group attack at carbon, then it is called alkylation or C-alkylation. So if electrophiles like alkyl groups, if electrophiles like alkyl groups, they attack at carbon, then this is called as alkylation because the alkyl group is attacking, or your C alkylation. Because alkyl group is the electrophile and that are attacking, and that is why it is known as your alkylation, addition of the alkyl group, or your C alkylation. Or if it attacks at oxygen, if there is an attack of this alkyl group on the oxygen atom, then it is your O alkylation because the alkylation is happening on the oxygen. And the first that is happening on the carbon atom, that is carbon ion, that is called as the C alkylation. So the O alkylation is uncommon, and oxygen side is common for protonation. So this O alkylation that is happening due to the attack of the alkyl group, that is electrophile on the at the oxygen atom. This our alkylation is very uncommon, and the oxygen side but the oxygen side is common for the protonation, means there is the addition of the H positive ion, that is your proton. So this protonation leads to unsaturated alcohol called alkenols or enols. So these, due to the due to the attack of this proton on the oxygen atom, the protonation is happening, and this protonation is it leads to the unsaturated alcohol, leads to the formation of your unsaturated alcohol, that is called your alkenols, that is called your alkenols or your enol, or and these are unstable, and these can be rapidly isomerizes back to the carbonyl compound. So this protonation is leading to the unsaturated alcohols, that is called your alkenols or phenols, which are unstable, and they rapidly isomerize back to your carbonyl compound. So the some of the reactions under these conditions, these are given below. So the first reaction is a haloform reaction. This is your haloform reaction. So in the haloform reaction, you will see the acetaldehyde is reacting rapidly with halogen in the presence of alkali to form haloform. So this here we have taken the example of acetaldehyde, which is reacting with the halogen. This is Br2 is your halogen, and in the presence of your NaOH, in the presence of the alkali, and the alkali is your sodium hydroxide, that is your NaOH. So here, after the reaction of these three, there is a formation of this product is formed here. That is known as your halo form. That halo means when there is the addition of halogen. This is known as your halo form reaction, and there is a removal of the water molecule from it, and there is a formation of the sodium bromide. So next, in this, the bromide, in this halobromide is haloform is then reacted with the alkali, and there is a formation of the salt of an acid, and there is a formation of the bromoform. So here the bromoform is your haloform. So sorry, I told that that was your haloform. No, this bromoform is formed. That is an intermediate that is formed from this acetaldehyde plus bromide plus your alkali, and there is a product that is formed, that is your intermediate, and there we have there also there is a removal of water molecule in sodium bromide. After that, this bromide, sorry, this this intermediate is reacted with this alkali again, and there is a formation of this sodium salt of an acid, and your bromo form is here. Bromo form is your halo form. So halo means you have bromo, that is why it is known as the bromo form. And the halo form reaction is used in identifying the presence of COCH3. So here the bromo form, so the halo form reactions is always used in the identification of your presence of your COCH3. The next is instead of bromine, iodine is used as solution of iodine in aqueous algae when there is a formation of this yellow precipitate of iodoform is obtained, and reaction is called as iodoform reaction. So ethyl alcohol and secondary alcohol always give this test positive. So if we are using iodine instead of this bromine, then there is a formation of solution of iodine in aqueous alkali, and there is a formation of yellow precipitate which is known as your iodoform, that is also a haloform, and this reaction is known as your iodoform reaction. So in this the ethyl alcohol and your secondary alcohol that give this positive test against this haloform reaction. This they give the positive test in this. Due to this, we can identify the presence of this ethyl alcohol and secondary alcohol. So the next reaction is your Cannizzaro reaction. The Cannizzaro reaction is a very important reaction, and it is given in your syllabus also. So aldehydes that have no alpha hydrogen atom undergo this proportionation reaction. So here when aldehyde with no alpha hydrogen are treated with concentrated NaOH, one molecule is converted to alcohol and one molecule to acid. So here in the Cannizzaro reaction, when aldehydes which are not having alpha hydrogen, they are undergoing the disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction means redox reaction also means here oxidation and reduction is happening. So here when aldehydes and your aldehydes which are having no alpha hydrogen are treating with the alkali, that is your strong concentrated NaOH, then the one molecule is acid and the another molecule is your alcohol that is formed from this Cannizzaro reaction. So here one product is your alcohol, one is your sodium salt of acid, or you can say acid molecule is formed here. So in the reaction you see here that we have taken the two molecule of formaldehyde. So in the two molecule of formaldehyde, you will see that there is no alpha hydrogen present. There is no alpha hydrogen present on this aldehyde. So that is your aliphatic aldehyde, and this is your aryl aldehyde. That is your formaldehyde, and this is your benzaldehyde. So when we have taken the two molecules of this aldehyde and we are reacting it in the presence of the concentrated NaOH, then a molecule is then these two molecules are converted into your alcohol. That is your one molecule of alcohol, that is your CH3OH, and the second molecule is your HCOON, that is a sodium salt of your acid, or you can say the salt of an acid. Next, in the next reaction, in the benzaldehyde reactions also, we have taken two molecules of your benzaldehyde and we are reacting it in the presence of your concentrated sodium hydroxide. Then there is a formation of this benzyl alcohol and the sodium benzoate is formed here. So these both reactions are known as your Cannizzaro reactions. So from this we can properly formed our alcohol as well as your carboxylic acid. Next is your this aldehyde. This is your aryl aldehyde and this is the aliphatic. And this aryl and aliphatic will react in the presence of your concentrated NaOH. Then there is a molecule that is formed is your one molecule is your alcohol and another molecule is your acid. So here you will see the benzaldehyde is reacted in the presence of the formaldehyde in the presence of strong concentrated and alkali. There is a formation of this alcohol as well as this carboxylic acid. So this reaction is known as your mixed Cannizzaro reaction because there is a mixture of aryl as well as the aliphatic aldehyde. That is why it is known as your mixed Cannizzaro reaction. Now the third is your intermolecular Cannizzaro reaction. Means there is a reaction that is happening between the intermolecule, means between the molecules. So here you have seen that there is an example given, that is your glyoxal that is reacting with this strong concentrated NaOH, and there is a form of glycolic acid, that is your sodium salt. So here there is a mixture of this alcohol as well as your sodium um, salt is formed here, that is known as your glycolic acid. So next is your glyoxal. So here the methyl glyoxal is formed, and this is treated in the presence of your NaOH, that is your concentrated NaOH, and there is a formation of the sodium lactate. So here intermolecular Cannizzaro reaction is formed through this Cannizzaro reaction. The Cannizzaro reaction, this is having no alpha hydrogen atom that is undergoing your uh, the disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction is a redox reaction also. It can also be studied out redox reaction, and in the redox reaction there is a formation, there is happening of the oxidation as well as the reduction. Oxidation means there is an addition of oxygen. Reduction means there is oxidation, there is a reduction, addition of hydrogen. So here this aldehyde that are having no alpha hydrogen, that are treating with this concentrated NaOH, we are treating this NaOH with this alpha hydrogen, sorry, this aldehyde which is having no alpha hydrogen, and the molecules, this aldehyde molecule is converted into one molecule of your alcohol and the other molecules of acid. So here in the reaction you can see that we have taken the molecules of this formaldehyde and we are treating it with this strong concentrated NaOH, and there is a formation of this alcohol as well as your sodium salt of acid. Secondly, in your second reaction, you will see here, this is your aryl compound, and there is a presence of the benzene aryl because there is a presence of the benzene ring. So here you will see that this is your benzaldehyde, and then benzaldehyde is reacting with your strong alkali, then there is a formation of this benzyl alcohol and your sodium benzoate. So this is your Cannizzaro reaction, and the next reaction is your mixed Cannizzaro reaction. And in the mixed Cannizzaro reaction, there is a formation. There is a formation of this uh, alcohol, and this is your aldehyde, and this is your benzaldehyde, and this is a formaldehyde. They are treating in the presence of your strong concentrated NaOH, and there is a formation of this uh, alcohol as well as your carboxylic acid. So this is your mixed Cannizzaro reaction. Next is your glyoxal. Glyoxal is your which is having the two CHO that is connected to bonded to each other, and they are reacted in the presence of the concentrated NaOH, and there is a formation of the glycolic acid. In the glycolic acid, you can see that one carbon is having the alcohol and the other carbon is having the sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So next is your methyl glycoside, and in the methyl glycoside there is a reaction that is formed between these methyl glycoside and in the presence of concentrated NaOH, and there is a formation of the sodium lactate. Intermolecular, this reaction is known as intermolecular Cannizzaro reaction. So the mechanism of this Cannizzaro reaction is that there is an attack of OH group. There is an attack of OH group on the carbonyl group followed by hydride transfer. So in this Cannizzaro reaction, there is also a hydride shifting is also occurring here, or you can say the hydride transfer is also hydride transfer is also occurring here. So here you will see this NaOH is getting dissociated, hydrolytic dissociation, and the Na is having the positive charge, and the OH is having the negative charge. So OH is acting as a nucleophile here. So here this is the molecule, one molecule of your. We have taken the one molecule of the formaldehyde, and this OH is reacting with it, and when this OH is reacting with it, there is a formation of this bond. So here you will see that there is a shifting of bond will this bond is shifted to this position, and it is having a negative charge, it is having a positive charge. That is why this OH negative will attack to this positive carbon, this electrophile. There is a formation of this intermediate is formed here. After that, this intermediate will react with the second molecule of this formaldehyde. Next, in the next step, you will see there is a hydride shift is happening. This hydride will take the electron from this carbon, and this carbon is having the this carbon is having the positive charge, and this hydrogen is having the negative charge. That is why a hydride shift is happening here. After that, this hydride is shifting to the second molecule of this aldehyde, and this oxygen will withdraw electron, and there is a formation of this structure. This and this product is formed here, as well as this carboxylic acid is formed here. This is formed here, and carboxylic acid is formed here. So the both of them will react with this. They are converted. So from here you will see this hydrogen. There is an acid and base reaction between these two. So here you will see this H will shifted to this position, this H will shifted to this, H will shifted to this position, and there is a formation of this alcohol is formed here. So you will see the alcohol is formed here, and there is a formation of this carboxylate ion is formed here. After that, this Na that is present, from this formed from this reaction, Na will react with this carboxylate ion, and the carboxylate ion, and there is a formation of this carboxylic sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So this the two molecules are formed. One is your alcohol, and then the second is your sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So again, I am telling you about this reaction. That is your mechanism. That is the attack of OH group. Here, the OH is formed from the OH negative is formed from the dissociation from the sodium hydroxide, and the Na is having a positive charge, and OH is having a negative charge. Then the one molecule of this formaldehyde will react with this OH negative, and there is a formation of this intermediate. After that, this intermediate will react with the second molecule of formaldehyde, and the second molecule here there is a shifting of this hydrogen atom that is acting as a hydride ion. So it transfers the hydride ion from one structure to the second structure of the one intermediate to the second structure of the second molecule of the this formaldehyde. After that, the hydrogen should occur. There is a formation of group 2 product, that is your this product, and the carboxylic acid is formed. After that, there is an acid and base in the reaction. So from carboxylic acid, from this OH, this H is removed off from here, and H will get reacted to this alcohol portion. So there is a formation of this alcohol, and the second, it is having the product formed is your carboxylate ion. Then the sodium will react with the carboxylate. Sodium will react with the sodium salt of carboxylic acid, and there is a formation of this sodium salt of carboxylic acid, as well as your alcohol is formed. Now in the glycosol, you will see here the OH. This is your ethane diol, because here the this two carboxy group is present. So here its name is diol, ethane diol, because two carbon is present. That is the ethane, and di because two aldehyde groups are present. That is your ethane diol, and this is known as your glyoxol. So here it is reacting with this NuL, which is formed from the dissociation of the sodium hydroxide, and you will see here there is a shifting of the bond. So here the OH has been attached to this carbon atom. Again, there is a transfer of this H, that is a hydride shift that will occur in the intermolecule. So here intermolecule. So here this H will be shifted to this position, and you will see again there is a formation of this alcohol. Alcohol is formed from here, and this alcohol is formed. After that, this is having a negative charge, and this negative charge is being attacked by this sodium, and there is a formation of the sodium salt. So here hydroxyacetic acid is formed here. After that, this forms this hydronium ion. H positive is attacked, and this H positive will react to this. and this oxygen atom in this Na is replaced from here. So in the mixed Cannizzaro reaction, it is a formaldehyde that is it is a formaldehyde that is oxidized to formate iron, and the other aldehyde will reduced. That is the other aldehyde is your benzaldehyde, which is being reduced to your alcohol because CHO group of HCHO is the most electrophilic among all the substituted aldehyde and require the least activation energy to react with nucleophilic reagent like OH negative ion. Next is your reformaxy reaction. So in your reformaxy reaction, the carbonyl compound on treatment with alpha bromoesters in the presence of zinc followed by acid hydrolysis yield beta hydroxyl acid. So here you will see this is your alpha bromoester. So this is your carbonyl compound, and towards this is the alpha hydrogen, alpha carbon, and the alpha bromide, bromo. So this is your alpha bromo esters, and it in the presence of zinc followed by acid hydrolysis followed by zinc. The zinc is a catalyst that is occurring here. So here and by acid hydrolysis and by the help of the acid hydrolysis, there is a yield of the beta hydroxyl ester. Means here beta hydroxy ester is formed there. So here you can see this is your alpha carbon atom, this is your beta carbon atom, this is your delta carbon atom. So here alpha, beta, gamma. So here this is alpha, beta, and gamma. So on the beta position, a hydroxyl group is attached. So that is why it's named with your beta hydroxyl esters. Next, reaction mechanism. So here the reaction mechanism involves that zinc reacts with alpha halo esters to form zinc enolate, receives intermediate, which is also known as reformaxy reagent. So here zinc is reacting with a halo ester to form zinc enolate reactive intermediate, which is also known as reformaxy reagent. So here you will see the zinc has reacted. Zinc will react with this ester and bromoester, and there is a removal of the bromine from there. So it is having a negative charge on this CH2, and zinc here will attach to the oxygen atom, and the carbon. So the double bond will shift it towards this between the CH2 and CHC. So here there is a formation of this zinc enolate, that is your reformaxy reagent. This is your reformaxy reagent. Then this zinc enolate, which is a zinc reagent that will react with this aldehyde, and this aldehyde is reacting to form this compound. This is your intermediate, and this beta hydroxy ester, this intermediate is then hydrolyzed to form your beta hydroxy ester. So here there is a formation of a beta hydroxy ester. The zinc enolate do not react with ester. The zinc enolate do not react with ester. Hence, there is no chance of ester self-condension. So here the zinc enolate do not react with ester, and if there is a no reaction of zinc enolate with ester, there is no chance of ester self-condension. Zinc also does not make zinc bromide, zinc enolate form. Zinc does not form zinc enolate form, and from alpha bromoketone or aldehyde. Thus, there is no self-condensation because between aldehyde and aldehyde and your ketone, aldehyde or your ketone. So there is no self-condensation between the aldehyde or ketone. So next is your the beta hydroxy ester produced in this reaction can easily be dehydrated. So this beta hydroxy ester that is produced in this reaction can easily be dehydrated to form a alpha beta unsaturated esters because dehydration gives a resonance stabilized conjugated system. So here you will see this beta hydroxy. This is your ester, and this ester is reacting in the presence of your alcohol, water, and the acid catalyzed and is heated. There is a formation of alpha beta unsaturated ester, and this unsaturated ester is having a resonance in it. So these are the example of the reformaxis reaction. So this is your ethanol. butanol, propanol, and this propanol is reacting with this bromo ester, and in the presence of a zinc acids heat, aluminum chloride, H2O, and there is a formation, and there is a formation of product, that is this product. There is a hydroxy product is formed, beta hydroxy ester is formed. Now, so you see CH3CHO. This this ethanol is reacting with some reagent, and in the presence of zinc, ether, and heat, there is a formation of this alpha, this beta hydroxy 112 alpha hydroxy alpha this 1,1 dimethyl, and this ester is formed here. Next is your aldehyde, benzaldehyde, and when it is reacting with the reform in this reform reaction, this benzaldehyde is reacting with this bromo alpha beta bromo ester, and in the presence of a zinc, then there is a formation of this compound, that is your resonance stabilized. Next is a cyano. When is reacting with this bromoester, then there is a formation of this product, and then an aldehyde, that is a propanol. When it is reacting with this amine, then there is a formation of the resonance stabilized structure. Now, Whittling reaction. So, carbonyl compound react with alkyl dean phosphorine which is nucleophile, lead to formation of alkene and triphenyl phosphine oxide. So phosphorus yield are formed when triphenyl phosphine and primary or secondary alkyl halide react with the presence of strong base, that is your NaH or NaNH2. So example is here is your alkyl halide, which is reacting with this triphenyl phosphine in the and there is a formation of this alkyl in triphenyl phosphonium halide, and in the presence of alkyl lithium strong base, that is also reacted with this there is a formation of this triphenyl phosphine, and and you will see here the alkyl halides are formed when triphenyl phosphine and primary or secondary alkyl halide react in the presence of strong base, that is NaH and NaNH2, etc. So here alkyl halide is reacting with this triphenyl phosphine, and there is a formation of this alkyl triphenyl phosphonium halide, and in the presence of a strong base, there is a yield of this phosphorus. This is formed, and this is reacting with this alkyl lithium, and there is a formation of this phosphorus yield, and this is formed here. This is a Whittling reaction. So here this betaine is formed here. So this triphenyl phosphine oxide from diphenyl phosphine oxide is formed from this oxaphosphatane. So here this is a benzyl chloride. This is reacting in the presence of the benzaldehyde and this phosphine, and there is a formation of this both the product, diphenyl ethylene. Next is your aldol condensation. So in the aldol condensation, a carbonyl compound, that is your aldehyde, that is containing alpha hydrogen, condenses in the presence of dilute base from addition the product, that is your beta hydroxyaldehyde, also known as your aldol. So here you will see that the aldehyde is reacting with this alpha carbon with alpha hydrogen. So here also we have taken the two molecules of this ethanol, and or you can say acetaldehyde, and these are having the alpha carbon with alpha hydrogen. So in the aldol reaction, there is the presence of the alpha hydrogen, and this reaction happens in the presence of the dilute sodium hydroxide, and the product forms your beta hydroxyaldehyde. Aldol is formed here. Aldol means here al means here aldehyde that is present, and the ol means ald means aldehyde, and ol means your hydroxy is present. Next is the mechanism. So base generate enolate ion from carbonyl compound having at least one alpha hydrogen, and enolate ion is good nucleophile attack carbonyl compound of other unionized carbonyl compound from alkoxide anion which accept proton from water to give aldol. So here you will see the hydroxy ion will react with this alpha hydrogen and there is a formation of the water molecule. After that, this carbon ion is formed. This carbon ion can be resonance to form this product, this compound. And after that, this carbon ion will attack the second molecule of this aldehyde, and there is a formation of this product. And this alkoxide ion is formed after that between the reaction between the second molecule of aldehyde and the carbon ion. And after that, it is hydrolyzed, and there is a formation of this aldol product is formed here. So benzaldehyde, formaldehyde type compound which do not have alpha hydrogen do not show aldol condensation. They show Cannizzaro reaction, and the acetaldehyde shows the aldol condensation because they are having the alpha hydrogen. Next is your Manish reaction. So in your Manish reaction, the formation of beta aminocarbonyl compound, and the Manish base is an end product in the Manish reaction, which is formed through nucleophilic addition reaction of a non-enolizable aldehyde and then in primary or secondary amines to produce resonance stabilized imine salt. So finally, the addition of a carbanion a form compound to the imine give the Manish base. So here in enolizable carbonyl compound is reacting with the non-enolizable carbonyl compound plus amine, and there is a formation of this beta amino carbonyl compound that is your Manish base. So the mechanism is this mechanism involving the formation of imine salt from formaldehyde and amines in this reaction. There is a nucleophilic nature of amine. It attacks the carbonyl group of formaldehyde, so no acid is required here. So this reaction is your acid-base catalyst, dehydration, and the addition product reveals the imine salt as follows. So here there is a formation of this imine salt from the reaction of this aldehyde and this amine. So the imine salt is just intermediate but quite stable. The iodine salt is solid in nature and known as your Aiken-Moser salt. So this is your iodine salt, and this is your chloride salt. So the electrophile imine salt now add to the enol form of carbonyl compound to give the product of the reaction. So beta amino carbonyl compound of minus base. So here you will see this. This is reacted with this imine, and these are where beta amino carbonyl compound or your managed base is formed. The reaction can further react by three different ways, provided that the managed base is 1 degree or 2 degree amine. In such cases, it condenses further with two or more additional HCHO and ionizable carbonyl compound. So here you will see these imines here are formed here. So the enolizable carbonyl compound has active methylene group and stepwise condensation of two or more molecules of HCHO and amines with one molecules of the compound with active methylene group will take place. So here aldehyde is reacting with this amine, and after that there is a formation of this product. Next, the managed base obtained may condense with excess HCHO. So here this base is reacting with this aldehyde. There is a formation of this. The managed base reaction is very important reaction for the synthesis of reaction intermediate, that is your imine salt, and the managed product can be converted to your enones which can be used in managed addition. So the phenol, furan, pyrrole, indole also give this type of reaction, because intermediate of the reaction is iminium salt, which is a strong electrophile, and then compound gives aromatic electrophilic substitution, that is your ARSE, that is your aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction. So this is your alcohol that is reacting with this aldehyde, and there is a formation of this product. Next is your this product is formed, and these are the reactions that are involving this minus reaction. So now is Knoll-Menangeal reaction. It is a modified aldol condensation. In this, a nucleophilic addition of active hydrogen to the carbonyl group, which finally undergo dehydration, and there is a formation of this alpha beta unsaturated product. And this reaction is catalyzed by amines and generally piperidine buffer system, and it is containing an amines and salt acid, and the base is required to generate carbanion, while acid is for activation carbonyl group. So here you will see that this ketone, this is a ketone. This is reacting with this active hydrogens and the base. So X is your electron withdrawing group, and the XCH2 may be diethyl malonate, ethyl acetate malonic acid, or cyanoacetic acid. The mechanism of this reaction is a sequence-wise mechanism of Novi-Menzel reaction is as follows: that the weak base RCOO extract the hydrogen, that is your weak base that will extract the hydrogen from the active methylene group and provide a resonance stabilized enolate carboanion. Next, in the step 2, the step involves the formation of reactive electrophile from pyridine by reaction with aldehyde, which benzaldehyde to form iminium ion. This intermediate is more reactive than the carbonyl group. So the benzaldehyde is reacting with this pyridine structure, and there is a formation of this iminium ion, and the electrophilic carbon electron deficient. This carbon, that is your carbon, that is electrophilic deficient. In this step, the electron deficient carbon of iminium ion is attacked by carbon anion, and you will see there is a formation of this product that is having active hydrogen. So with malonic acid or cyanoacetic acid as reactant, the product usually undergoes decarboxylation, which occurs as a concentrated decomposition, and decarboxylation is also carried out in presence of your pyridine. There is a formation of this cinnamic acid. So the next is your benjoying condensation reaction. In this, there is a reaction between two aromatic aldehydes, that is your benzaldehyde, and this is catalyzed in the presence of a cyanide ion, and there is a formation of the benzoyl. This is the mechanism of this reaction. So this is having the electrophilic carbon, and it is reacted by this cyano group, and there is a formation of this intermediate that is showing the resonance here. So this nucleophilic carbon will get attached to the second molecule of this benzaldehyde, and there is a formation of the cyanohydrin benjoin, and there is a rapid transfer of this acid, that is the H positive proton, and there is a formation of this intermediate, and there is a rapid loss of this cyanide ion, and there is a formation of this benjoin. So in this reaction, cyanide acts as a catalyst, which is due to its good nucleophilicity, stabilizing the nature of carbon ion, and this is acting as a good ligand. So next is your Perkin reaction. So Perkin reaction, it was developed by an English chemist, that is a William Henry Perkin, that is used to synthesize cinnamic acid, which is your alpha beta unsaturated aromatic acid, and it is formed by the aldol condensation of an aromatic aldehyde and an acid anhydride. So in this, there is a presence of an alkali salt of an acid. This alkali salt acts as a base catalyst. So here you will see this benzaldehyde is reacting with this acid anhydride, and in the presence of this sodium salt of an acid, there is a formation of this cinnamic acid. This is the reaction mechanism of this carboxylate ion of this salt of an carboxylic acid is this dissociated, and there is a formation of this carboxylate ion in the sodium ion, and this carboxylate ion is then reacting as this anhydride, and there is a formation of intermediate. And again, the second one, this benzaldehyde is reacting to this carbon ion, and there is a formation of this intermediate. So this is the intermediates that are formed from these reactions. These are the intermediates that are formed from these reactions. So after that, there is a shifting of these electrons from here to here. And in this is also an intermediate than this base OH negative, because here there is a presence of water molecule also. From there, the OH negative ion will attack this hydrogen atom. And when this hydrogen atom will take this proton, there is a formation of water molecule again. And this bond is shifted to this position. So here you will see there is a formation of this double bond is here. Again, this acetate ion is reacted to this position, which is this carbonyl compound, and there is a formation of this intermediate atom. After that, there is a breakage in the from here. There is a breakage occur in this. There is a formation of these two products. So these in this there is a formation of the cinnamic acid after. So the summary of this aldehyde is that the aldehydes are the compounds that are having the general formula, that is your CnH2nO, and these contain oxo groups, that is your C double bond O. So here the functional group is your CH2 group, that is occur at the end of the reaction, end of the chain, sorry, and the primary alcohol are oxidized to aldehyde only by choline reagents and 4A reagents, and the aldehydes undergoes nucleophilic addition reaction due to the polarity of the carbonyl group, and this reactivity of aldehydes towards nucleophilic addition reaction decreases steric hindrance, and plus I effect of attached alkyl group, that is increases, and the aldehydes are easily oxidized, so they work as powerful reducing agent, reducing this Fehling solution and toluene reagent. That are acting as a powerful reducing agent, and these aldehydes give a series of condensation reaction and alpha hydrogen substitution reaction as per their structural constitution. So these aldehyde can be used as a starting material for the synthesis of other synthetically important compounds. These are the portions, so and the aldehyde concentration will not take place in A, that is HCHO, because they are not having any alpha hydrogen. So in which a condensation and enolate ion react with carbonyl compound to form beta hydroxide, aldehyde of beta hydroxyketone, followed by dehydration to give a conjugated enones happens. That is your aldol condensation, Claisen condensation, Henry condensation, or Noble-Henschel condensation. That is your A. An aldehyde can undergo the aldol condensation having at least one alpha hydrogen atom, an aromatic ring at least one beta hydrogen atom, no alpha hydrogen atom, that is your A. Which of the following compound undergo aldol condensation? That is your formaldehyde, trichloroacetylaldehyde, trimethylacetylaldehyde, acetaldehyde, that is your acetaldehyde. Next is your formaldehyde when treated with KOH gives methanol and potassium formate. This reaction is known as your Cannizzaro reaction. So benjoying is a alpha beta unsaturated acid. Now aldehyde and ketone give addition reaction in the presence of this hydrogen cyanide, and the typical reaction of aldehyde is your nucleophilic addition reaction. What is the name of reaction when benzaldehyde changes into benzyl alcohol? That is your Cannizzaro reaction. And the reaction of carbonyl compound are known to be nucleophilic addition. The substitution addition reaction, elimination reaction, that is your A, that is your nucleophilic addition reaction. These are the references from where you can study this topic. Thank you so much for the today's lecture.